Never to thank the animator, Icepin aka Death the Kid, for this amazing animation, but now, let's get on to the episode. Grunts, foot soldiers, pawns. These names are what you can describe the ranking of anyone at the bottom of the barrel at an army. But these two can show even the little guy can be a badass. Prinny Hero, the leader of Demon Lord Etna's Prinny squad from Disgaea. And Bandana Waddle Dee, the spear-throwing Waddle Dee from Kirby. It's your world of Great Demon here. It's my job to analyze both these characters to their fullest to see what would happen when these two fictional characters collide. Long ago in Dreamland, a penguin wanted to take over a giant star-shaped planet known as King Dedede. But to take over, he needed an army. He first started out with these weird, Tudgy-like monkey creatures known as Waddle Dees. These things weren't the best kind of soldiers, basically run-in fighters. They basically had swords, umbrellas, and their own two fists. They are basically the bottom of the barrel and the weakest of them all. But until one day, a wearing a blue bandana and a holding of a spear showed up. And that creature was known as Bandana Waddle Dee. Bandana Waddle Dee is one of your basic heroes of the week. When first introduced in Mario Return to Dreamland as a playable character, he has gained quite a fan base. Bandana Waddle Dee is basically your runner in the group. He always goes in charging in a battle. And what he uses his spear. This lightweighted weapon is great for impaling your opponents with ease. It can also be used to somehow power up his own strength and launch 4 at the same time. And more else, you can use it for quick thrust up and smackdowns on the ground. This weapon might look weak, and it might look simple, but it's more than what the eye can see. Bandana Waddle Dee has done a few things. He has survived punches from Kirby, who was able to crack planets. He has fought against Mugalar, or Magalore. He's even able to ride the Landia Dragon, which is able to go at light speed. Bandana Waddle Dee is basically not the best kind of character. He's basically one of the weakest in the group. When you compare him to Meta Knight, Dedede, Kirby himself, he's not the greatest in fighting. And also in intelligence, he isn't much of a thinker. He always just goes into battle first. But he is to be the more concerning or suspicious of in the group. He always somehow detects danger or knows when danger is about to happen. He even helped with Kirby in the Rainbow Curse to fight off some of the biggest enemies there that was about to take all the color. So he's already able to drive Kirby, because Kirby in that game was basically him turning into items and weapons. Bandana Waddle Dee has done a few good things. He has fought Magalore, sorry people, damn it, that's gonna keep happening in this recording, who was able to change a universe or control the whole universe by himself. And Bandana Waddle Dee has shown he could do that during the true arena boss rush. He's even, like I said, he's able to take punches from Kirby, who was able to crack planets. He can go right through metal that Kirby can't even destroy himself. He's able to fly a Landia Dragon, which can go at light speed, which is one of his best feats. It means he has a reaction speed to actually land a light speed going dragon. But he does have a few flaws. He isn't the fastest guy in the group. He has normal speed. I can't really explain that because he's not really the fastest in the group. He isn't the smartest. And when it comes to durability, he can't survive punches from Kirby, but regular hits can still harm this guy to death. But all in all, Bandana Waddle Dee is still one of your most iconic characters in the Kirby universe. Was he strong enough to fight off the Prinny hero of Disgaea? Let's find out. Another world. In this world, power is everything. Power shows who is in charge. But among the race of demons and monsters, there's only one race that knows it's weak as fuck. The Prinnies. Prinnies were basically known as human beings who have sinned in their past and now have to repay for their sins in the afterlife. And repaying their sins could take thousands of years. They literally had to pay off their sins with money, so they had to mostly work for slave labor or other stuff like that. But in this group is the Prinny Squad, controlled by the Demon Lord Etna herself. And there's only one of these Prinnies that she actually gave a shit about at some point. And that is the Prinny Hero. The Prinny Hero was made in the game Prinny, can I really be a hero? And the sole purpose was to make the best dessert for her. Yeah, people, that's the mind-blowing backstory for him. He was made to make the ultimate dessert. But little did he know that mission is going to turn to something crazy. Soon after, he found out that making the best dessert wasn't going to be the easiest job. He had to fight the man known as Sir Sweet. The man who literally can make candy into weapons. Look at that. Cookies. And then death. But soon after, he has defeated Sir Sweet. But there's a few more things he did. And pretty to dawn of Operation Dude, he was set off to save the Etna's, well, panties. Good job there, Japan. Really showing us what you can think of. First dessert, and now panties. At least it can't get worse. Okay, what's the next part of the script? He also has went into the Panty Universe. Oh, come on. Really? A Panty Universe? Really, Japan? Really? We don't already have a weird opinion about you, and now you're making Panty Universes? Now, how worse can this get?
I'm the Shogun of Panty World. No, make that the king! Now I'll kill you all!
Really? Really? Japan? A Panty King? A Panty King? Why isn't it a queen? Well, never mind that. One of Prinny's best moves is the limit break. These will let him increase his own attack by doing this. The way to get these limit breaks is him basically getting a combo on attacks on enemies. With this, he can use the break skills, like the Prinny Cyclone and the Hotspot Dash. These attacks are pretty much powerful, but there's a problem with it. One hit and the combo is gone. Prinny Hero has a huge arsenal of weapons. He has twin daggers where it's able to make air slashes in multiple pairings. He's also able to have giant explosives, mainly bombs and flashbangs. And he also has a skull that's somehow able to shoot lasers out of its mouth. What? This is Japan, people. I'm just gonna be saying that with Disgaea. It's just Japan. He's also powerful enough to survive being shot out of a cannon 1,000 feet in the air and survive landing on a state or country with ease. But somehow Prinnies are also unable to be thrown or unhandled with care, or else they spontaneously combust. Hell, even tripping on each other will make them explode. He has also fought some many opponents. He fought the Sun from Mario World, 'cause logic. He fought Darth Maul. Okay, can I say this again? That's Darth Vader, people. This is basically what happens when Darth Vader and Pig Ed did a fusion dance, and then this came out of nowhere. He's also has fought the deity of unhappiness, which is basically a god of unhappiness. But there was a problem with that. He basically fought him when he was ready to fight, and he didn't have mainly weapons or anything to fight against Prinny Hero. He also has fought Ball, the man who's able to shake universes. Well, there's another problem with that. It was just a dream. Man, a lot of the great feats that this guy's done is basically circumstantial if you think about it. But he's also able to fight the Etna robot, which is somehow was made out of Etna's panties. 'Cause logic again, people. Prinny Hero is also strong enough to have mechs. He has the Pogo mech, which is able to launch him high in the air and shoot mediocre weapons, or bullets. He also has the Gorilla Mech, which is able to shoot one giant laser to mow down opponents. And then his spaceship, yes, it's a spaceship, to basically just float in the air and shoot in all directions. But there's a few problems with this Prinny. He isn't the smartest. They basically aren't made for fighting. These guys are mostly made to do slave labor. They're basically made to clean, cook, work, and not fight. And also, he has a big chances of being unlucky with any situation. Just by saying some random stuff, he will get into a fight out of nowhere. But all in all, the Prinny hero is basically one of the best Prinnies you'll ever find in this universe. But is he strong enough to fight off Bandana Waddle Dee? Let's find out.
It's my special weather report. Watch out for exploding thunder!
Okay, the combatants are set. Let's settle this debate. It's time for these two fictional characters to collide. What an amazing animation, but now let's explain why Bandana Waddle Dee would be Prinny Hero. Yes, Prinny Hero has the versatility advantage, and his breaking form can be deadly when used the right way. But Bandana Waddle Dee kind of beats him in everything else. Prinny Hero can be launched out of a cannon 1,000 feet in the air and land on the planet with ease, but Bandana Waddle Dee can take hits from Kirby, who's already able to crack a planet. And yes, Prinny Hero has the reaction speed to react to ninjas who can make after images, but Bandana Waddle Dee beats him when he was able to land the Lunar Dragon, which is able to go at light speed. And last time I checked, faster than the eye can see and light speed are basically different. And when it comes to power, oh, he has that over Prinny Hero as well. Prinny Hero can barely break boxes, he can barely hurt other enemies, while Bandana Waddle Dee has already shown that he can break planets fighting off against Kirby and other strong opponents. And yes, Prinny Hero beaten people like the Deity of Unhappiness, Sir Junkie, and Sir Sweet. But none of those can compare to Moir or the final boss in Rainbow, the Curse of the Rainbow. Also, his breaking form might be powerful, but there is a downside to that, like we said. One hit and that's all. And Bandana Waddle Dee can be able to take this Prinny Hero and much more. And to go with his weapon, those two daggers might be powerful, but the Bandana Waddle Dee already shows that he has a better use of his weapon, but he can actually break it into 3 or 4 spears at once. And with experience, Bandana Waddle Dee has been with the King Dedede army for more years than this Prinny Hero. They aren't made to fight. The Prinnies are made to do slave labor, while the Bandana Waddle Dee and Waddle Dees are made to actually just fight and fight off against Kirby, who can eat planets. But at the end of this, yes, the Prinny Hero has a bit more of an intelligence, and he can get the jump on Bandana Waddle Dee. But here's the thing. Bandana Waddle Dee already has fought people up and close all the time. That's his thick and butter. Wow. So he just needs to see that one opening, and then he can show the finishing blow. So in the end, Bandana Waddle Dee beats him in speed, reaction speed, durability, strength, experience. Leaving this fight pretty one-sided. At the end, this hero just didn't go out in a real pretty way. The winner is Bandana Waddle Dee. Next time on Fictional Characters Collide.